How you feel personally, and then speak on it.
I mean, okay, personally, I don't want to put it to, you know what I mean? What up, bros?
What up, bro?
What up, baby?
You know what it is.
You all right?
Hey, I'm good. This quarter a little short, though. You know what I'm saying? That's all good.
That's all right, man. We're going to make it right.
Oh, man.
We're going to make it work.
It's all good. They can't see
We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work.
See it.
So what's on tap? Let's do a proper introduction real quick. I'm your boy, Jody, the one and only.
It's your boy, B. Glenn, B. Glizzy over here.
And this your boy, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is.
And y'all know what it is. It's the real podcast head. Bang, 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 baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All day, all day. Hey, look, we missing one of our key parts is Solo Swang, but he gonna be up on us with us. He gonna join us in a few. So y'all stay tuned. We got some good topics today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna kick it off with sports first.
We're gonna kick it off. Right? Go ahead, kick it off, bro.
With some quick sports updates. Combat, baby. Combat sports. We'll start with boxing. We got Tank Davis. He just won his last fight. You know what I'm saying? He put the guy out. It wasn't a knockout, but the guy he went back to the corner. I can't remember what round it was, and he didn't come out the corner. So you know what I'm saying? He put that hurting on him.
Yeah.
So now I think I heard recently that that they just signed a deal for him to fight Ryan Garcia now. So that's gonna be a big one that was highly anticipated. So looking forward to seeing that one. Then you got my man Errol Spence Jr. He's about to fight Keith Thurman. Now, real quick history of them two. Keith Thurman had the belts before he lost them, and Errol kept trying to fight him. And Keith Thurman was on his bike pedals. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want that smoke. So because he didn't give him an opportunity, Errol feels like now Keith Thurman, because he lost the belts and he's trying to get a fight. So he been said, I'm not fighting him because he wouldn't give him the opportunity when he was trying to get it in, right? So now, Errol got 3 belts. He's supposed to be fighting Terrence Crawford, but Terrence Crawford took a fight or whatever. So now, instead of Errol fighting Keith Thurman for any of his straps, he gonna fight him at 154. And you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see what's going on with that one. But yeah. Okay. And then the only other thing I got in sports, UFC, big heavyweight Francis Ngannou, he got let go from the UFC. They tried to spin it like he wants the easy way out and all this other stuff, but he really don't. They just don't want to pay the fighters what they should be getting paid. Like these guys are playing combat sports. They don't got no insurance, none of that. You know what I'm saying? That was things that he came to the table with. They don't get no part of the sponsorship. You know what I'm saying? From the sponsors, all the gear and stuff that they wearing, but people are paying because these are the fighters that they want to see fight. Exactly. Right? It's not really the sponsorship. The sponsor, they the ones making money. Exactly. You know? Exactly. So but yeah, that's what I got for y'all in sports today.
Okay.
You know? All right.
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on, Talent Speaks? Let me say hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. Thanks for coming up.
Indeed. Good evening, Talent Speaks for me.
Oh yeah. So let's get this in, man. What we got on tap?
Where's Solo at? Is he coming up?
I think I think we're about to bring him up.
Yeah, we're about to bring up Solo.
All right, let's bring Solo up real quick. He up? Oh, you invited him? All right, cool. All right, well, you know what I'm saying? While he coming up, we'll hit this first topic. You know what I'm saying? we got MLK Day that just passed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rest in
So
peace.
yeah.
Okay.
And so I just wanted to bring this one up as a topic and honoring MLK and making it our responsibility as Black people to learn and to teach our history to our children. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh
think it's
yeah.
important for us to do that, so that way that can be passed on. And through history, you know, one of the things that you're supposed to learn from history is not to repeat history,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Right.
um, I don't know if you guys have visited the
The memorial.
yeah
Yeah, I have.
up
I haven't been
in
down
DC
there.
Yeah.
yet. Me either. So
Yeah, I've been down
I want to. So I'm gonna make it a point to
there.
take the family down there to go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but above all that, still just taking time to like research and do our history and learning more, because there's a lot of stuff that I found out recently that I wasn't aware of. So I think that's something that we should do as a people
Yeah.
for our
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
most
saying?
definitely. So what was it? I don't not to put you on the spot. So what was it that you think that you learned that you really didn't know before? Like what was it about, what I mean, the history?
So like one of the things like me and you was talking about in the car, just like kind of like an eye opening moment about just about when you go back and look at the emancipation of
Mm.
what I'm saying, and the the freeing of slaves during that time, and what it really meant and what they did for slave owners at that time, and giving them land that they really shouldn't have given them. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I look at it like it was a deal that they made to kind of wash over or appease some of the slave owners for what they would be losing
Mm-hmm.
in what I'm saying, not having slaves to work free labor
Mm-hmm.
on plantations and stuff like that. So
Mm.
so I think that I mean that was one thing that
Mm-hmm.
was kind of an eye opener for me. But there's other things, man,
Mm-hmm.
that they, I mean, some you know uh, gruesome things that they used to do to slaves. Yeah.
We got Solo Swang in the building. He's on TikTok. What's up, Solo?
What up? What up?
What up? What up? But
Can,
yeah, so in the
can you hear us,
of course,
Solo?
The audio not coming through.
No, his audio. I can't hear his audio.
Which line?
Turn the audio up on there. Solo.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
it
We
is
got
Bama.
you. We got you.
It's Bama. No.
I didn't mean to put that on there. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
I didn't
Boy,
mean
it's
to put that
stupid.
voice on there. I was like, what the heck?
Oh, that was fun.
Nah, you good. That was fun. So what's
How
up
we
with you,
doing? How
bro?
we doing, everybody?
What's going on with you, Solo?
Chilling. Glad to be here.
Tyler speaks to me. Said he sounds like a cartoon. Yeah, he had his little ditty bop on.
Talent speaks for me, yes. Where's the yams?
There you go.
Yeah, man. So what's up with you, Solo, man? What you know what I'm saying?
Doing good. Everybody on TikTok. I don't know if y'all can see my background. If you can see my background, we got my boys right there, Pro right there. You got your boy B Glizzy right there. You got your boy Jody, and you got your boy Brose in the building, rocking with Solo Swing and PodcastHead.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Rocking hard right now. I see you guys sliding through, showing love. Make sure y'all follow the podcast head, please. This is every Thursday at B Glenn's house, but today I couldn't make it there. So
Actually, it's just a place where we just do our podcast.
B
Nah.
Glizzy's.
Nah, but we're gonna roll into the first topic. The second topic at hand. Go ahead, bros, and let's go ahead and get this thing cracking.
Yeah. Did you ever grab the links to the joint? You pulled it up on your phone.
I did not.
You can see. Can you see that joint straight
Yeah, I can
when
see.
I pull it up?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. You know what I'm saying? Because B's our designated narrator. Reads so well. No.
Oh, you should be able to read that though. That's kind of big. You should be able to read that one.
Look, we'll just
We're gonna roll with
we'll make it
Oh
shake.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So this first topic, so Prince William County Schools weigh security enhancements potentially for the 23-24 school year. Um, and I'll switch to this one. I'll run through this first one because I kind of skimmed through this already. So the schools are looking into more ways to keep their students safe in the wake of yet another tragic shooting in Virginia. Less than 2 weeks after a 6-year-old student in Newport News shot a teacher inside the classroom, Prince William County Superintendent Latanya McDade said school shootings are not isolated incidents and something needs to be done in her district. So I'm not going to read the entire article, but yeah. So that's the first topic, and I think we touched on this a little bit once before. But I mean, what do you guys? How do you guys feel about the continued the increase in shootings and stuff like that, and particularly when it comes to schools?
We touched on this pretty much lot last time, but as I was saying before, you when do we start doing what we got to have so much security in elementary schools? Like what
We're a
that tells,
society.
yeah, as a society, where are we going? Where now we got to have metal detectors, because that was new. I don't know if anybody read, but Newport News had after the 6-year-old shot the teacher, they had an actual like town hall meeting and they was talking about metal detectors going up in the schools. So I'm like, but when did we get to that?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, when do we get to where we have to have metal detectors in elementary school?
Yeah.
Once you get to that point, Houston, we have a problem,
Right.
big problem.
No doubt.
And do they want to solve it, or how do they want to? Because I mean, what is the solution? Because if we want to say a solution, then it's gonna be a whole lot of people losing money, and they don't want that.
Right.
So guess what? This is once again, this is part of the system, right? That's what they say. It's part of the system, part of the program.
Yeah.
Deal with it. But what is metal detector supposed to do?
I mean, nothing. Whose John is that? Somebody.
Nah, because it's the TikTok, on the
Oh, okay.
that's what it.
Roger.
Because of volume turned up. But at the same time, I will say this too, because I was thinking about this when we was talking about this topic a little bit. I was, in the inner city, y'all heard of the vouchers they give? Like they give, like school districts give like in the inner city, they give vouchers for kids to go to like private schools and stuff. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, how people say, oh, that's a wonderful thing to give vouchers so people can go to like private schools. And I'm sitting there thinking, I had to really ponder that, and I'm like, so let me get this straight. So you would go into the inner city and give vouchers to certain students, but then leave the other ones to fend for themselves?
Right.
Shouldn't the education levels be on the same no matter what?
Yeah.
Do that make sense? Do you get what I'm
I
saying?
understand what you're
So instead of coming to a solution, you would say, okay, we're going to give 5 or 6 vouchers to go to a better school than this one is, and leave the rest of you to fend for yourselves.
Right.
I mean, you get what I'm saying?
Crazy.
It's almost like, and I'm just going to say what it is when we talk about we got Martin Luther King, we got Black History Month coming. It's almost like the slaves. Well, we're going to let some of you live in a big house, but the rest of you are going to have to fend for yourselves.
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah.
When do we get to this point? Then there needs to be something that happens. We need to come to a solution. It's almost like I say, it's like the faucet is turned on, but instead of turning the faucet on, you're just going to put towels and try to contain the water from going everywhere.
Right.
I mean, when do we get to a solution? A better solution than metal detectors
I know. I mean,
in elementary school.
I mean, there are a number of solutions out there, man. But like you said, like one, how do we get here? You know what I'm saying?
Jail.
And
TikTok.
and two, like so like you came up in the prison system, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a background in security and in armed security and stuff, right? So like coming from that side, I think that there are a number of things that could be beneficial, not just to the protection of our children while they're at schools against these threats, but also to help military veterans, right? So like I have a guy that I work with not too long ago who was starting his own security firm, but it was for military veterans, right? That did that. He had dog canine unit. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that could be beneficial, not just to help military veterans who are, when they get out and they're looking for work and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That could be something. They could be helping protect our kids at these
Mm-hmm.
schools,
Mm-hmm.
right? We got a lot of military veterans. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And instead of them, not having and not being able to find work because of uh, the background that they come from. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's just one thing that I think would be beneficial above just metal detectors, because
Yeah.
what was it, was the Newport News where the kids shot the teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I read that they supposedly checked his bag
Mhm.
before,
Yeah.
on the way into school. So it's like, how do you miss that?
Yeah.
But we talking about a 6-year-old.
I know, but how do
Yeah.
you miss that?
I mean, I
That's
get what you know what I'm saying. It's like, man, I swear, man. When I just, I don't know. It's so disheartening, man. I swear it is, man. Today's society and man, our views and what people really care about, man.
Before we go in that solo, you want to touch on this topic before I go in?
yeah, man.
I was gonna say that they just pretty much put metal detectors in my school. It's a new school, and the reason why they did that was because last year I found out that a student did bring a gun to school,
Mm,
and this is the reason why they're doing that. They're crunching down on it, and I just had this conversation in class today about it because a lot of the kids missed the old principal, and the principal that they had was he was more lenient, and this principal is cracking down. But I had to explain to them, you know, this principal is looking out for the safety of you, the safety of the students, the safety of the teachers, as
hmm
well as themselves.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's bigger than just the metal detectors. It's cracking down on making sure no one is uh, murdered, you
Hmm.
know, or killed.
right.
So we got
So
two comments too,
Yeah.
real quick. Solo.
go ahead.
Talent Speaks for Me said, I think a benefit is butt whoopings and punishments at home.
Yeah.
Parents being present. And
Fact.
And
go ahead, Solo.
and we touched on that before. How
Oh, I'm
how?
getting ready to dive into it.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm waiting for Solo. I want him to finish up
Go
because
ahead.
I
Go
cut
ahead.
him off.
Go ahead, Solo.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good.
So it's funny that you brought this up
Mm-hmm.
because I read an article this morning in the paper for for my town, for my county, whatever.
Hmm.
And the title read "Decline of Discipline Giving Kids Upper Hand," and this goes into pretty much what Talent Speaks for Me says.
Right.
Is that parents can't be parents anymore. You can't touch your kids. You can't beat your kids. So now kids have the upper hand. They can do anything that they want to do because they have the law in their corner. You know what I'm saying? They can pretty much get away with murder. But like it said in the article, it says something to the fact that a kid can go to school, or he can get into trouble. But then when you go before the jury or the judge is like, oh, well, you got to figure out a way to discipline your child without putting your hands on them. But that's what these kids need.
Mm-hmm.
They need their tail whooped.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a major discipline. So
Mm-hmm.
that's all I wanted to go in. I feel like that's probably one of the main reasons. This kid was able to do. But then again, they said, oh well, the parent left the gun out, just left it. So I mean, why wasn't it locked away and put away somewhere so where
Right.
he wasn't able to get a hold of it? Like that's
Right.
crazy.
Right. Or and at the same time, separating the lock from the key, right? Like, if one, what I'm saying, why are the rounds with the weapon?
It's not supposed to be.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not supposed.
It's like with gun laws, right? In Virginia, open carry, right? But like when you go to Maryland, you got to put the gun in one location and the bullets in another location. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't be next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, man, it's just poor parenting in that regards. And like y'all saying, man, like sometimes you gotta discipline your kids, man. And I ain't talking about putting little Jimmy in the corner neither. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
what's
You
crazy
got
is that um, I don't know how it is now, but I know that you can get weapons on the street, but it does cost some bread to get. I think it's more money to actually get a weapon that has no serial numbers on it. than you getting something, at the actual store, you know. And then on top of that, the inner city kids can get them faster, out on the streets than the average kid that's like in the country or suburbs because they got them, their parents got them,
Right.
Yeah.
And I think what's happening is that parents are being friends and actually showing their kids the guns and allowing them to hold it and shoot it and things like that. So they're letting them be comfortable with something when in reality they should be fearful of it in a sense.
Right.
Oh my gosh, and you're right, Solo.
Read what
Talent
speaks.
Speak for Me said, yes, it's sad. We spank them. Then I got you, Talent. I know what you're trying to say. We're considered bad parents. Then Talent Speak said, a lot of these children are crying out for help, but because the teachers are so overwhelmed, it's hard to notice. And you're exactly right on that. Then she says, there's no home visits anymore because it's unsafe for teachers. That is right on, spot on too. Teachers don't remember how back in the day, teachers used to go to if you was having issues, teachers would go right to your house and tell your parents, like they will actually call home. They will actually go to your house.
Right.
They don't do that no more.
I don't know about coming to your house,
Yeah,
but I know
did.
about they would call though.
No,
Yeah.
they did. In the city, they came right to your house.
You get my address.
That's what they do. Y'all remember the movie Lean on Me?
Yeah.
He came. They used to
Thomas
go.
Sam's?
Yeah, Sam's. They used to go.
You smoke crack, don't you? Go ahead and jump.
They call me Crazy Joe.
You smoke crack, don't you? Yeah, they used to go. They didn't play back then, but at the same time, I mean, they used to go to your house. She right. They came to my house a couple times, man. They used to, but now the parents are getting younger and younger, and the parents are getting stupider and stupider. Oh, not my child, not my child. Everybody scream that. I swear to God. Even people that show they scream that, not my child.
What they don't do anymore, what they used to do is they would also put, letters in the mail.
Bruh.
And you can't intercept the mail.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? 'Cause you don't know when it's gonna come.
So Talent Speak to Me said I had a lot of visits and calls.
Yeah.
My mom inviting them in for tea and stuff. I
They
hated
used to come.
it.
They used to in the city. I don't know what Talent Speak for Me from, but in the city, that's what they did. They used to come right to your house.
You know what's
You was
funny?
bad, huh?
Y'all said y'all said that they used to send letters or something like that. Bruh, they used to send report cards. Report cards don't get mailed home. Remember you used to have to bring that junk home back in the day in the envelope?
Yeah.
And your parent had to sign it.
They had to sign it. They don't do that no more.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? So the kids in my class can tell me exactly what I gave them within 5 seconds. Oh, so you gave me a B, Mr. Larry? I said, hold on, what? I just put it in grade. Yeah, I see it right now. It just uploaded. I'm like, wow.
So you
I wanted
basically,
to surprise you.
you saying there's too much information being flowed to the child.
Yeah.
That's what it
too
seems
much.
like, yeah.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, that's what it is.
Yeah, too much information being flowed to these children.
And if you're locking away, your guns and your weapons, how are they able to get it? How are they able to get in your codes? Or you must don't have a good, secure way of putting away your weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Talent Speak to Me said I'm from VA, but my dad was a pastor, so they knew I knew better. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But you know what, man, and to speak on all that is I hate to say what it is. I feel this is my little me. They don't want no peace.
Yeah.
No peace. Peace don't make money.
Yeah. There's
Because if you telling me,
agendas being pushed.
if you telling me you can let a child play video games with real weapons and understand what all and giving them so much information, especially on social media, and then they say, oh, well, it's the parents' duties to make sure that their child is being, but see, I look at it like this, parents are working so much, the daily life, we it's a domino effect. We talked about this last time. It's a domino effect. Parents got to work to, sustain the household to be. So it's like, well, that's your choice. What do you mean? You're not giving me no choice. You're really not. Well, you can either live in this, or you can eat. You can eat ramen noodles every night, or you can be home with your child. I mean, it's you're not giving us a choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. It's like I said, it's a domino effect, man.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Well, shit, we gonna roll on
Hey,
into
B,
yo.
do me a favor. Tell whoever's over there to turn you guys up just a little bit.
Turn us up.
All right. Turn the volume up on the mics,
Yeah.
please.
No, on the
The master.
the main where the microphone the phone is the phone.
Oh, you mean he must mean your tablet, but I think it's already
No, no, no,
up.
no, no, no. On the pad, turn the phone up. There is a
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah,
the-
yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
the
Oh, yeah,
mixer,
yeah.
there's a little phone.
It's a phone right there where the plug-in is for. Y'all go ahead and carry on. I'm gonna
Yeah,
step
yeah. That's
away.
why we're working on that. So this next topic is also a little touchy one. All right, so the quote is, "It's all set up to make you fail. Parents struggle to keep their kids with poor legal support in custody cases." So I know we got a
Wait a minute. Go. Say, read that one. You got to read
yeah.
this. Read this. Go into.
So the quote from this person is, "It's all set up to make you fail. Parents struggle to keep their kids with poor legal support in custody cases." Okay, and so this initial quote that I'm going to read here says, "The General Assembly would say the General Assembly hasn't changed what court-appointed lawyers in child dependency cases are paid in 23 years. That translates to poor representation and support for parents, particularly in rural areas." Okay, so it says um, in the 30 years that Tiffany Wise has been talking to parents who are at risk of losing custody of their child, she says she's seen it all. Um, cases that represent with flat out abuse, cases tangled with claims of false and misleading information, and plenty where the parent is being told they have no rights. Since her own rights were terminated those years ago in Loudoun County courtroom for what she identified as several issues, including drug possession conviction, she said one thing that's helped her find peace is advocating for other parents going through something similar, even if they're states away. Between the complex regulations, paperwork, and latent trauma, she said it leaves many parents with a mess. I'll go last on this one.
But I'm confused because I'm just trying to get the logistics of this article. So basically, she's saying there's been within the juvenile system,
Hmm.
there's been poor legal support when it comes to cases with juveniles overall or in certain situations.
Just kids custody cases in general, when you're dealing with, in this case, with court-appointed attorneys, right,
Oh,
who are
there you
getting
go, the
paid,
court-appointed attorney.
right. But
There you go.
but that's what she's saying right here. She
Okay.
said that the General Assembly hasn't changed what court-appointed lawyers in child dependency cases are getting paid. So there's an issue there with what they're getting paid, and then the support that you're getting, and that's not just in child dependency
I'm about to
cases.
say that's across the board. Like
You know what
that.
I'm saying?
That's across the board. I mean, once you get court-appointed lawyer, you already know what you're getting.
Right.
Everybody knows that. I mean,
But at
you're
the
gonna
same
get the
time,
bare minimum.
yeah.
No, it's
Yeah,
because
it's
of
been an
it's
echo.
because of the.
That's why I was trying to.
No, it's
figure
because
that out.
of the TikTok, the solo. Because of solo.
Oh, we can't hear him.
Yeah.
Is it me?
Yeah, we getting the echo because of you, because of you on the thing. But that's all right.
Yeah.
But no, it's. I mean, that's across the board. I mean,
Yeah. But this particular one is something that I don't know that necessarily gets a whole lot of light shined on it in dealing with custody cases and like in my situation, it's not just like I said, it's not just court appointed attorneys, right? It can also be just regular attorneys that you pay. It's also just the system in general.
oh yeah,
You know what I'm
it's the
saying?
system.
And like for me and my previous situation in dealing with my two oldest boys mom, you have a situation that's black and white. I mean, the scales were completely unbalanced in terms of what she did and you know what I'm saying, her record, and then what I came into court with no record, right? I was with, now my wife, we were together for years prior to, going through some of the things that we went through the last time in court. And, you know, like I said, no record, no nothing, stable home, stable job. And on the other side, you have her as the mom who's has a record, multiple arrests, possession, all kinds of stuff, right? And in the situation where they had taken the kids from her, they still gave them back to her, right? So, and I had an attorney. I fired her, but because we started in court, I'm looking at her like, why you ain't saying, you ain't objecting to none of this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm paying her, you know. And that's why I said it could go for court appointed, and it just depends on how the system is set up. Because even though you paying, the attorney could still be incompetent to some degree, or they could have worked some deal out, just like what they do with court appointed attorneys. In a lot of situations, they work out deals for who they feel like they want to put away, and it is what it is. So,
you know what I want to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Spit Ladies and gentlemen, the jury, I got this. Gentleman right here.
That's what it was too, man. A lot of times that's what it is, bro.
So Talent Speaks for Me said, I've witnessed a lot of cases like that. It's hard for the judicial system to take children away from the mother.
They're not going to.
Right.
It has to be extreme.
Without a doubt.
Extreme.
Right. But how extreme can in that situation? How much more extreme can you get?
And I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Would they need bullet holes in the child leg or something?
Yeah, basically.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You should have just go ahead and just told her to shoot him.
Nah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here as a young man.
It's stupid.
Oh my God, man. Yeah, that's just it's the system, man. I swear.
Yeah, man.
That's why I tell everybody, you're gonna be part of some system, whether you like it or not.
No. What about you, B? Solo? What's y'all thoughts on this particular topic, man?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how to respond to it, man.
Yeah, we can.
B said, I ain't went through this. I don't know.
In Bruce's defense,
I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, that's tough, man. That's a tough one. Like, in your situation, tell them to get in line. That's what I tell them. Get in line.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Well, you can't say that. I can say that.
Yeah, but how do you feel about, you know what I'm saying, just the whole, when it comes to juvenile and kids in the general, like, in that situation?
You talking about in juvenile courts?
Yeah, period, when it comes to the father. Like, even when it comes to, like, just getting your kids, having your kids, is everything, you know?
Mercy.
Come on, man. Speak on it, bro. We don't really get no platforms, bro, so you got to talk about it when we can.
I was going to say it's draining. I mean, when you get to it, I can understand now why some of my family members didn't fight as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you are young and you don't have kids, you're looking at somebody from a negative perspective, right?
Mm.
And you like, he ain't fighting for his kids, he ain't this, he ain't doing that. But in reality, he just avoiding the drama. He'd rather just pay the court system and just not deal with the drama with the mother, or deal with the drama with the kids.
It's funny that
And in their eyes, they're saying, well, I'm taking care of my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying child support. They getting the money. That's all they need. When in reality, they need more than that. But it's tough because in that situation, when you get so tired and drained, it makes you want to give up. It makes you want to not fight. It makes you not want to go to court and say, just throw in the towel and, saying. But, you realize that it's not the kid's fault. It's the mother or the parent, I would say. I ain't going to say just the mother. It's both sides. It's the parents. And I feel like, if you do have a good man, that is, he's not your spouse, but he's a good man, and the kids want to go live with that parent. Let them. Why fight it? You know what I'm saying? If the kids want to say, hey, I want to go live with dad, why fight that? You know what I'm saying? Let him. If he has the space, why bring all that drama? You know what I mean? Just because you want to hold on to something, because you want to hold on to, a relationship that's dead. So you'll use that as a key to, you know what I'm saying? You'll use that as a piece or a pawn to keep keep a sour thing going.
What you about to say?
So Talent Speaks to Me said, I wish the father of my children would want to help out and be present. My children unfortunately only have me. Well, you doing a good job, my lady.
Yeah.
She said, I'm fighting purr. So what I was going to say was, fellas, I think one of y'all shared a clip, in one of our discussions. And it was either on TikTok or it was on IG. Hold on, we got Don Bebe said on TikTok they fight it because they want that child support. Cannibal Street said they want that bag, no doubt.
Yeah.
So, the clip that I'm referring to is, I don't know if y'all remember this or not, but I watched it on either TikTok or IG. So the father called the the little boy called the father from the mother's phone. And he said, Dad, when are you going to come pick me up, or something to that effect? He said, I'm not coming to get you no more. Your mom took me to court. She getting money every month. You will not be talking to me no more. And that little boy cried his eyes out.
I think I heard about it, but
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
heard
see
about-
it.
I heard
I didn't see the
He
clip.
That's what I
cried
was
his
talking
eyes. I
about
was
that.
like, bro, it is, that's crazy
Yeah.
that a man can get to that point where he would tell his child that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to see me no
Remember I
more.
was talking about that?
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy, B? The sad thing about it is it's not even the child's fault. It's the hatred towards the mother that puts it towards that child.
And
You know what I'm saying? So the
vice
child
versa though.
is actually reaping the bad side of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem.
And I'm gonna say this.
Get Talent Speaks for Me's
Yeah,
real quick
Talent
before you
Speaks
go
me
on.
said, especially if the relationship ended because of infidelity. And she said, oh yeah, I heard that. I wanted to come through the phone.
No doubt.
Now, I'm not condoning what the saying that to your child. Like, I wouldn't have said that to my child, but I would say I saw the clip, and what bothered me was, another thing that bothered me was, why would the mother? Because the mother he called the mother. The mother was letting her son hear this. Like, it wasn't like it was her son's phone. The mother was letting hear her son hear this. The thing that I want to say is, I went through a lot, bro. Like, y'all know what I went through, and bro, vice versa. Like, I don't think people realize what. I'm just gonna put it out there, and I'm just gonna say what happened. I have a kid. Everybody know I got a kid. I pay my child support and whatever, and they still lock me up.
Right.
And once you go through stuff like that, it almost it grounds you, and it almost puts you in a place where you like, yo, wow, like the system let me down. And for you to allow that to happen is hard. So I heard a lot of guys, now don't get me wrong, I heard a lot of guys saying, no, I got to step away from this because it's their mental stability. Like, it takes you on a whole nother, it messes with your psyche. It kind of can make you go crazy a little bit.
Right.
So sometimes you have to separate yourself from that situation. Not saying, like for me, I'm not separating me from my son. That's just not going to happen. However, some people, not me, but some people can say, I need to separate from for a little while or whatever it may be, because what's going to happen is I'm going to kill somebody or I'm going to kill myself.
Now understand.
I mean, not me.
Now understand, this is coming from somebody who worked in the correctional field.
Yeah.
And was on the opposite side, of being wrongly done, right? And it makes you look at it from a different perspective. I'm pretty sure about him being in there and being on the opposite side of actually, talking to individuals that is in that situation to now being behind the scenes, and it's like, dang, I'm in this situation now, and it's not an easy piece, and people don't really. I understand now why people have a hatred towards certain things. And I ain't gonna say that they have every right to, but at the same time, it's like, it's one of them thin line things, you know what I'm saying? Because the kids don't, number one, it's not the kids' fault, but what I do have a concern with is when you're not utilizing the money in the right places for the child. You know, you're
Oh, that's
using
a
that
good
money.
point.
But see, that's a good point you said. So not to cut you off, Solo. It's like I think women got to understand, and now I know a lot of people listening and talent speak from you. I just want everybody to understand this. Child support is for guys who not in the child's life at all.
Mm.
That's what child support was kind of developed for. Not at all. So if you got a father that's in the child's life, you can't expect him to say, "Okay, I'm gonna take this money from you. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna put you on the system, and you need to get them and do this and do that, do that." That don't work like that. It don't work like that.
Nah, man.
I don't think they understand. It don't do that. So if you want, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. But what I'm saying is you can't want your cake and eat it too. That just don't work.
Well, it do work
Now, my
for a
thing is
lot of
this.
them. They still get it.
My thing is this.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
You are lying to the courts when you're saying you don't know. Basically, you're saying you don't know who that child's father is.
Yeah.
And some of y'all still sleeping with the man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still messing around with him, taking his money and everything, but then gonna tell the courts, I don't know where he's at. He ain't been in the child's life.
Well, we
But yeah,
speaking
he
up
was
for a
dead the
whole
other
lot
day.
of men. A whole lot of men need to come on right now.
Where y'all at?
We're speaking up. We ain't gonna take it no more. Somebody,
We're not gonna change
we're not gonna take it anymore. We're uprising. We're uprising. Go ahead, Solo. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think people. He said, "Solo swing, Mike." What's
yeah,
wrong?
your
What's wrong
mic,
with
the echo. Just the echo comes in when
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm trying to get it.
Alice, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. You got it.
Nah, she said, I like being a fly on this wall.
You daggone right. We ain't gonna take it. We're uprising.
But you know,
Taking it to the streets.
there's always this saying, right? There's always a saying like the good guys always get caught and the bad guys always get to get away with stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you think about it in the aspect of, you know, when you out driving, you get pulled over for something, but the man you seen swerve going down the street doing 80 miles an hour, he don't get caught. But
Right.
that's the same thing with, like, say for instance, like child support and stuff like that. So I give you an instance. You know, my wife at one point in time was on assistance, right?
Mm.
And they came for me. So I was like, babe, cut that.
Right.
Cut that off. They was like, you had to pay this much money.
That's what-
and you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm not on assistance. She's on assistance.
So you know what? I found out just recently how people, you know what it is
Yeah.
if you sign that birth certificate,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you get busted.
But then I didn't even know. Like in my point, I didn't even.
'Cause
See,
you busted.
this is the problem. This is one of the issues. The issue is they can go apply for all this stuff, and you don't even know. You have no say so in them saying no. They shouldn't apply for it.
And on
Like
top
none.
of that, what I have an issue with is
You say it, bro.
look, we giving it to these. Nah.
We're not gonna take it. We're taking it to the street.
What I have an issue with is letting them apply for all this stuff, but then like they expect us to go out here and work and pay child support, right? Because when you miss child support payments, it goes in arrears, and then eventually they're gonna come lock you up, right? So where is the push and the onus for those women, not already, those women to go get a job so that they don't have to be on assistance?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Tom speaks to me, said not getting busted though. No doubt.
No, I'm just saying, man. It's just crazy, man.
But you know, that's just I bring it back. Y'all know me, man. I'm always on TikTok, dude. Like I be watching these TikToks all the time. So, or TikTok, there was another clip, or it was even on IG. I don't know. It was one of the two, and it said this guy said, "Why is it that when women struggle and need help, they can apply for assistance, but when men can't do or whatever the case may be, then they get locked up.
Yeah.
When they can't do, you know what I'm saying, pay for their whatever." Not whatever, but when they can't pay, you know, the child support or whatever the case may be, they go to jail.
That's big facts, bro.
Is it a double standard?
What?
It is.
It ain't. Remember we had. I think we had a conversation one of our shows previous when we were talking about when people always say the word balance. There is no balance. There is no balance. There is no equal. There is no equal. There isn't.
Right.
Y'all people, we're gonna be equal. No, there isn't.
Look, I was talking to Vybe. I think I was talking to Vybe about that, about equal. And I will say this before I say what I'm gonna say. I am all for equality. right? And equal, you know what I'm saying, for men and for women. But you can't pick and choose when you want to
say it
be equal.
again.
You know what I'm
Say it
saying?
again.
Like,
Say it again,
like
bro.
when I was used to work for Comcast, right, as a technician back in the day, right?
Right.
And I don't know if we ever been a cable technician back
I've
then.
been there.
You know what I'm saying? We driving, we got them big 30-foot ladders that you got to put up on before you had to put up on a pole, right?
Yep.
But then they got, women coming in the joint, they getting paid the same thing I'm getting paid, but she ain't got no ladder on her truck. You know what I'm saying? Like nah.
She ain't doing the same work you doing.
Go get that ladder,
You
shawty.
ain't lying. Go on up there. What you looking at me for? Go on up there.
Talent Speaks to Me set an absolute double standard, and I didn't fully pay attention to that until I had my boys.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, they do it all the time, man. It's just, I don't know. Just, once again, the system, okay? The system. I'm just going to keep saying it. The system. The system.
Cannibal Street said Comcast
I mean,
story
my
time.
thing is,
Oh yeah. I got lots of those. Nah.
oh yeah, Comcast. They still around?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Them jokers is like one of the top
What you got, Dish down there?
communication companies in the world.
Well, no, because Comcast. I mean, I thought Cox was still around.
Yeah, Cox.
They are, but
around.
not. I mean, it just
Area
depends on
certain
what
area.
Yeah, what area you is.
You. So this is a question for everybody. Before there was Cox, what company was it?
Do you want me to answer that? I'm not gonna answer it.
B already know. They
Yeah.
know this. They was in the cable industry. They know.
What was it,
What
Time
was
Warner?
it, B?
Uh-uh.
What was it?
It was Media General.
Oh.
General Cable, baby.
They know.
Talent Speaks to Me said it's called Xfinity now.
I know. Get up on your cable, Solo.
Miss Lala
Good
said
job,
Time Warner. Nope, it was Media General Cable. I remember we used to have the hot boxes back in the day. My uncle used to work at
Where you
that.
could wire, you could hot wire it and get all the cable.
All the channels.
Uh-huh.
And then the junk came digital, and now you can't get nothing. You used to go around and plug up the TV plug the cable to the back of the TV
Yeah,
and get like
Star
rack of
Wars.
channels.
Yeah.
Now it
Star
don't
Wars.
happen like that no more.
Yeah.
I used to roll down the hood in Alexandria. Man, be like, yo, I got $20. Can you hook me up? Got you, bro.
Yeah.
Good old days.
What I don't miss about those cable days is, you remember how you used to have the guide and you used to have to wait for that jump to scroll? To see what was coming up on the next jump.
Can somebody, since we got two texts, can somebody explain to me what the lines was? You know how you got the other channels that just had a whole bunch of lines and you couldn't see between them.
Oh, Solo, stop.
It'd be a good.
Stop playing, bro. You
Is
know
he
what the
serious?
lines was, bro.
Hey, Solo stupid.
You know what them lines
Can
was.
somebody explain to me what was the green screen with the lines in the middle? It was all fuzzy, and all you heard was crazy noises.
Was that meaning that you couldn't see the what is it, like you couldn't get those channels or something like that?
Nah,
What
that
does
was
that
the
mean?
That was a channel
That was
you're
the
not
grown up
supposed to-
channel,
You
bro.
wasn't supposed to be looking at.
Uh-huh.
You was on the grown.
Can you
grown
tell,
and sexy
explain to
channel.
me what was the lines in the middle with the little red and blue fuzzy screen?
Shuts one, shuts two.
Boy, crazy. Yeah, man.
I mean, you know what? Now that you say that, that's what that was. Okay, all right. So,
Yeah, you know what it was.
Exactly. Can somebody explain to me what was the green screen that was?
All right, so we're gonna hit this.
But nowadays, I mean, it's not the same anymore.
Nah.
Like B was saying. you know
Oh,
what I'm
everything
saying?
wide open now. Wide open.
Charles recently said he knew what deadlines were. It's given Skinamax.
Yeah.
It was after 12 o'clock.
That's when you was looking at the screen sideways.
But moving on to the
Yes.
next topic, bros.
Yeah, so this next one is we jumping into the relationships now. This next one is titled "How to Truly Show Your Partner Appreciation." Okay.
How to truly show your partner appreciation.
Right.
Wow.
And it's a sub quotes 5 simple steps to take your marriage from good to great. Let's see what
You know,
this
I gotta
is.
sit up.
I don't know.
Let me sit up on this one.
book.
I gotta sit up on this one.
That's
Go
a
ahead.
book. I don't know. I got it. So
So, what are the 5 simple steps that they're saying that could?
I know it was a link running to a
okay.
book or something. So it say All right, here we go. Here we got some stuff right here. All right. So here's some bullet points. How to show your partner appreciation in the morning, whether it's during the commute or once you're at work. Text your partner. Great job getting the kids out the door.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, that joke was funny. What in the hell is going on over here?
Thank you, baby, for getting the kids out the door.
Hey, we know.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead, read that.
Hey, look, we know what side wrote this. Hold up. so
Oh
it
my
says,
God, dude.
one thing you can say in the morning is, hold up.
Sorry.
Baby, I just want to let you know you did a wonderful job cleaning them baby diapers and getting
Tyler Speaks to Me said, "Nah, text your partner a good morning pic."
Yeah. Right.
All right, so it says, whether it's during the commute or once you're at work, text your partner, great job getting the kids out the door. Even with the best routine and most calm demeanor, mornings can switch to pure chaos and survival mode. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? As you got kids, especially toddlers, it can be a challenge in the morning. This simple message can give a jump start to the person's day, because it lets them know maybe I'm doing a pretty decent job. It also involves a basic rule of validation. You give it without expecting or needing a reply, which I think is something that's really critical. You know what I'm saying? I think we talked about once before. And again, if whoever's listening to it, if you haven't done it, go take that the love language quiz.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You and your significant other. Because
He said take the love language quiz.
Oh
For
yeah,
real.
I mean it's very beneficial, man.
it
really
is, man.
So if you fail, then what's the problem?
There is no fail. The love language quiz
You don't
is
think so?
nah.
You say what, Solo?
I think after a certain amount of time, you can fail.
I mean, in
you
your
saying you
relationship,
failed?
but it just depends on how
I mean,
you're.
if you don't know certain things about that love language thing with your girl, then
So
know.
So why did you marry her?
real quick, Talent Speaks to Me said had one of those days today. I had to scream and shed a quick tear. Got myself together real quick though. Don't got time for that.
Yeah,
No,
and I bet you would have appreciated a
We
great
got
job
a
getting the
text.
kids out the door. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Got that text.
Great job.
Great job getting the boys together. I appreciate
It's
everything.
all right.
Honey, listen here. Thank you for getting the kids together.
Look here, me and Chuck can go down to the ranch and just want to say thank you for getting the boys together and taking them on down to school.
No, but since they go ahead, Solo. You were saying something though. I wanted to jump, but go ahead, Solo. What were you saying?
what did I say?
Okay, never.
You said something about the love language. Like,
Yeah.
you lose the love language, you say?
No, I was
Oh yeah, I
trying
was
to.
basically saying that if you know what I'm saying, if you don't know your girl, man, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing that love language,
But that's the
and then
whole
don't
point
do
of
it
the
around
quiz.
people that
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
why the quiz. Yeah.
That's the point of the quiz, bro, because you go through your relationship and you know what I'm
Phases,
saying,
too.
and you think like, man, like y'all have disagreements and stuff, and on your end, you thinking that you doing everything, like, man, I'm giving her, like, I'm telling her I love her, she look beautiful all the time and all this other stuff, and that may not be
Her language.
what her language, what she responds to. You know what I'm saying? That's the purpose of the quiz, is you find out each other's love language and you can address those and move forward better.
This is what you say to your girl right here.
Very wonderful human being yourself. Probably as beautiful as an early autumn pomegranate wine.
So Don Bebe said everybody is different. What works for one person, I'm thinking she said what she's saying is what works for one person doesn't for another.
Right.
Right. And then I was going to piggyback off Talent Speaks for Me, where she said, well, people change often. My love language will change as well. Constant communication is key. And that's what I was going to say. Like, as you grow in your marriage, like, you change.
Yeah.
It could change.
we
So
talked
that's
about
why,
that.
we kind of had, I think we had an episode on that. Go ahead, check that out, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, on YouTube. Check that out. Subscribe.
Absolutely.
Watch all
But
that.
but it changes with time, and communication is key. You have to communicate because we're not mind readers. Especially, I'm gonna be honest with you, especially us men, we're not mind readers. So please,
Right.
please communicate. Like,
But you know what? Put it this way: in the morning, this says like 5 steps or whatever to how to truly show your partner you love 'em. So in the morning, so how many of y'all in the morning actually? I talk to my wife every morning on the way to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always say before I get off the phone, "I love you."
Right.
I feel like that's like a major communication point. Like you should have that banter with your wife before y'all, what I'm saying, go about your day to your job.
Or your significant other.
Yeah, or significant other, excuse me.
No, you good. But yeah, and I agree.
you talking about?
100%.
Do we say that? You ask us?
Do y'all say that?
Hell yeah.
I do.
Okay.
I text and say it.
I don't talk to my wife
Yeah.
on the way because I
Oh, okay,
she
bros.
sleep.
Okay, bros.
She sleep.
I mean,
and then
we
she'll
know,
get
bros.
up with the kids.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying?
Make me sick.
No, I'm just saying. I don't.
So do
not
you
every
get
time
mad?
I get.
Do you
the
get mad
chance
because
to
she
do
don't get up with you to see you off?
that. Nah,
That's not. A
He
problem.
ain't going nowhere.
Oh, you in the house?
not every
You
day.
ain't going nowhere.
Only 3 days, maybe 4 out of the week. You know what I'm saying?
I will.
But-
I will say, like, no, I do that. I'll do that. I'm a firm believer. I agree with you, B. I think that's important.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Whenever me and wifey go out, she makes sure my bathwater is special.
Okay, so now you said something about bathwater. Do y'all? I ain't even gonna go there. So Tyler speaks to me.
got
Said,
something every day.
I put little,
Okay, he said something about
so Tyler speaks to me.
What
said,
about the lemonade? I don't know what
Tyler speaks to me. Said I put little notes in my son's pocket, so throughout the day they reach in their pocket and get a note of positivity. My bad, it just shifted on me.
No, that's something. She said that's something I hope they carry into their relationship in 20 years. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I
That's
really
actually
appreciate.
dope.
He said, I mean, that's okay. Let's get to the
Let's talk about
bathwater.
the bath
Let's
water.
talk about the bathwater.
what you want to talk about the bath water? B?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I run my wife her shower water every morning.
Oh, give me some of that.
When I get out the, you know what I'm saying? When I get out the shower,
And look
I
in the
go in and run it
comments.
for her.
She's
Saying she loves that bee.
Hey, babe, wait till I get home. I'm gonna run that water.
But it's just
I'm gonna run that water.
I'm gonna run the hell out of that water. What you like, a lukewarm, hot?
Piping
What's the
hot.
temperature?
That's just how you like it.
I'm burning.
Type of water you like? You want it hot? You want it? What you want it? I got that Bath and Body Works.
I thought you was going somewhere completely different with that too.
Nah,
I thought it was gonna be like
too.
with the kids.
You're nasty.
Hey, look, I thought he was gonna go somewhere else with that too.
Y'all just being
I
nasty.
mean, why she can't run my bath water? I mean, what about running my bath
Exactly. I
water?
thought he was about to take it to himself.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to say.
Nah.
Like, well, let's talk about the bath water. Why you can't run my bath water?
I'm tired of running these kids bad water.
Just because I got 1 or 2 drinks, I'm an alcoholic now.
Why you can't have it sizzling when I get home?
Oh, exactly, man.
But moving to the next
Yeah,
one.
moving to
Out of
that-
5. What you got, bros?
Hold on. So this next one is after a child's meltdown. Tyler speaks, we were just talking about that, or getting them into the bath.
There we go. That
You know what I'm
bath.
saying? Or holding firm to a no. During these and really during any situation, the same 4 words work. You handled that well. Okay.
Well, I mean, what? Wait a minute. This is what? Now, what is this? What?
Hold on, keep reading though. But
Yeah.
here's where
Yeah.
things
Baby.
can break down. And why I know where I can't really read it that
Okay,
good.
I got you. But here's where things can break down and why no words get said. You don't agree with every step your partner took. Fine. You don't have to. What did it say? You don't have to, in order, speak. You have 2 other options. I wouldn't have done it that way, but that was a good way. Or you really tried hard. That was impressive. Recognizing effort is agnostic and usually well received.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think a lot of times when we see our partner don't do things the way we do it, we always quick to say, "Why you do it that way?" Or it's
Right.
like your tone changes everything. It's like what they say is not what you say, is how you say it.
Yeah.
And then it's like so you got to come at it a different angle sometimes.
Sorry.
I know that might be
Tyler
hard.
He said, "Can you go to the ethic version?"
Yeah.
The ethic.
I know.
I feel you. I feel you. But at the same, at the same time, like I said, it's kind of, you got to kind of, like, I ain't saying water it down, but yeah, You know, because what can happen is, let's say you go back at them, you say, "Why'd you do that?" or whatever. All they're gonna do is come back at you, get
Right.
defensive, and then it's gonna lead to an argument, and then you're gonna realize you argued over something stupid.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? That
It
shouldn't
just
even
goes
took
like
it.
goes back to being, positive. I think that was the overall message
Mhm.
in that, saying things that are positive in dealing with those stressful situations. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? To hopefully make that situation better, or your partner feel better about what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Right.
Okay. Next one says, in the middle of the day, has it been a little while since you had time alone? When the two of you are apart, text. I'm getting takeout. After the kids are asleep, we're having dinner. Just the two of us. Any words that say, I'm thinking about you are validating. But with both jobs, and I got to scroll up on this jump, but with both jobs and children, it's easy to put the relationship into a perpetual holding pattern. A comment like this puts it on the front burner and sends the message. I don't take you for granted. I see you. I notice you.
Mm. So
So
before we
so
go into that, Tom speaks to me says we not saying baby handle that well. We giving high fives and saying that's what's up, then smacking some glutes. No doubt.
But uh, um, this one is really, really good because at the same time, it's like when you got work and you got the kids, sometimes you lose sight of your relationship.
Absolutely.
hmm
Sometimes you lose what's important. And then for real, y'all kind of lose each other
Right.
because she goes in this way, you start to grow in that way. And then at the same time, then y'all say, well, wait a minute, we really don't know each other because we haven't been communicating and we haven't been on that level since the kids been born.
Yep.
And
Right.
that seems to have, especially when you have multiple kids,
Mm-hmm.
because you're so caught up in trying to get them right and be right that you lose sight of that.
Yeah.
So I think
I
it's
was gonna say
important.
even being in a mixed relationship, meaning like like a blended relationship. Sometimes you lose your spouse may lose herself in her own kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you trying to like win her over, and then you have to find the where you belong,
Right.
in the
Mm-hmm.
pecking order, or where you belong in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find yourself wanting to,
Mm.
try to woo her and win her, but there's always that, that that division right there.
So how do you
And that's
deal
one of
with
the
that?
things I've noticed too.
But how do you deal? Okay, so you can say, all right, I love my wife, right? I love my partner, but she's into the kids too much and not me. How do and it could be vice versa. I'm not saying just man, woman. I'm saying man too. How do you deal with that? Like, how do you? Because I mean, you can't say, okay, I want a divorce. So, but how do
You
you
can.
deal with it? No, I mean, you can.
But
I'm not
go
saying
ahead,
you
I know,
can't.
I know.
But you get what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
how do
yeah,
you
I'm just
deal?
messing with you.
How do you deal with that a situation like that?
I think in some of what some of these bullet points are saying, man, you just gotta. The best way to, I feel, approach it is to come at it initially from a positive perspective and saying like, hey, I love that you are very engaged with the children, or what have you. I would just also love if we could spend more time together or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So look at this. Talent Speaking said, I get this so much. This is why I'm single. I'm not explaining to any guy why I'm so involved with my boys. So, okay, I get that. I get that. I do get it.
My
But
question to Talon is though,
I was about to say it again. Go ahead, Solo. I know what
my
you were about to
question.
say. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You
Go
know, I was
ahead.
about to say.
Go ahead,
Jody.
Solo. Go ahead.
I was
you.
gonna say, okay, so you don't have to explain. I get that, hun. But what is the position of the spouse then in your relationship?
Exactly.
Mm.
Then
You know what I
what
mean?
position will
Is
they
he the
play?
head, or does your kids
Yeah.
come first over that? That's the question I think is,
So I mean, Solo, you and I had a discussion a couple of times too, and I've stated this before. I said, in the Bible, doesn't your spouse come before
Yes.
anybody
I was going to
else?
say that. Yes. Anybody else.
So, with that being said,
The kids are just visitors.
yeah.
No, they are. They're just visitors.
Well, at a certain point, most kids are going to leave.
Yeah, they're
going. They're
visitors.
going to
They're
leave
gonna
the
leave.
house.
Yeah.
So that means it's just going to be you and your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Now I get it. I was one of those, that was, so my wife and I had kind of lost our way a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because we were so involved in the kids.
hmm
We had one that was graduating, another one that was playing sports. I was always making sure the kids. I'm a firm believer in, what is it? idle mind is a devil's playground. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I always wanted to make sure my kids were active and involved in doing some type of sports or something. So we didn't spend that much time together. But now as the kids are starting to get older, we starting to spend that more quality time together. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That you
And
miss.
we've been through some things. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
what they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So
Right.
in your marriages and your relationships, you go through things that's going to transform you and make you appreciate your relationship a lot more as you continue to proceed. So,
Also, what doesn't kill you
Tyler
will make you
speaks for me
leave.
said, "My children come first." With a big until the man does what he needs to change that. My kids come first.
I get it.
This is what I'm gonna say on that, and I can't speak for her, but I know for me, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, it's it's God, then my spouse, then my kids. That's just the order for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted. The person that will be there would have to be the right person to be there in that position. However, it will be in that order.
Right.
God, my spouse, and my
And
So
kids. And my kids would have to respect that order as well. You see what I'm saying? That's
yeah.
You
just
know,
me.
it's so funny you say because I say that to my girl. I be telling her all the time. You know, I got my kids and my kids love them to death. But I always tell her like, no, you come before my kid. Like that's just the circle. Like the circle of like I can't. We can't. Just like we talking about now, we can't lose ourselves in our kids. Now I get it. How she's playing mother and father. So right now they're gonna come first. But and what she said
Exactly.
was she said until a man proves himself. So I hear you, but at the same time, like I know a lot of people can lose themselves trying to raise their kids, and they could lose. They stop dating, they stop everything because it's all about the kids.
right.
And that's how when you talk about idle mind, that's what happens to a lot of marriages. Somebody else comes to occupy your time that you being, because you're
Exactly.
not being, it's not being. But I don't know. I just look at it where as though, man, this is tough.
Yeah.
It can be tough, man. It could be tough, especially like I said, especially when you got multiple kids.
Yeah.
It can be
But
tough.
I think that's a thin line though. Like it, it, it only to me is an effect if the spouse is feeling the same way I'm feeling and she's treating the kids with respect. That's the thing. If she's disrespecting the children and she's out of order and she's out of line, then no, that don't apply. But
Right.
if she's doing the right thing, she's trying to be a mentor. Because we all know that a parent can't replace. A spouse can't replace a parent of someone else. You know what I mean? Unless that person is like no longer active or never been active or the person is deceased. But if that person is alive, it's gonna be hard to replace that spouse. That the parent of that of the spouse. You know what I'm saying? But what you can do is you could be a great mentor, or you could be a great leader, or you could be a great role model for that child. You know what I'm saying? Or a
Right.
great second ear or a great second mother. To or a great second father to that child.
Mm.
So I think that's the biggest thing is the respect piece right there. But if you're not in that place of respect, then you don't deserve that position of being over anybody's children.
I
And that goes
think
for man or woman.
I think it also goes back to us as men.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have dropped, not us, but in general.
In
I
general,
think a
yeah.
lot of us have dropped the ball when it comes to our relationships so much. It leads to the thinking like not saying
Not
thinking
if the
like it's
parents
bad,
trash.
like a lot of women. No, for real, a lot of women who have to play mom and dad, they lose trust in men. They lose trust in how are we going to be supportive enough to be there for them mentally, physically, emotionally, and have all that. So they look to their kids because that's when it's almost like how people buy. Not saying kids are dogs, but it's almost like that. Like they look for that emotional support that's gonna be there no matter what. Then my child is gonna love me unconditionally no
Yeah.
matter what. As a
Yeah.
man, you might love me, but you're not gonna love me unconditionally the way I need to be loved unconditionally.
Right. And that's where
So
you need to find that balance. And and I'm not saying that this is talent speaks for me situation, but in general, like uh trying to find that balance. And like if love and a partner is something that you want, right? Like you can't you have to find balance in
yeah.
being mom and dad in some situations, but also making time for the person
To be boo thing.
right
You
to,
got
to give you that love, because that could be your diamond in the rough. It could be that person that can come into your life and help balance out the rest of that situation. You know.
You
So
know, I
we had
don't
some.
know if we ever touched based on this on our last episode or not, but how do y'all feel? And I want to know the ladies.
Before you go there, let me read these two comments. Iron Vita
Go
said, "Yeah, God, your spouse, and your children." Don Baby said, "Not if the parents are trash." So
Yeah.
go ahead, Solo.
Solo, what you were saying?
Okay, so what I was saying was that for all for the ladies and the gentlemen, I want to hear from the ladies too as well. How do you guys feel um about people disciplining their child in a relationship? The someone that is not their child. You know what I mean? But they're dating somebody or they're with somebody,
Mm.
and then disciplining the actual child.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Say that one more time.
He said, "How would you feel
Okay, so
about?"
say for instance you date somebody, right?
Mm.
And they have a child, and how do y'all feel about being the disciplinary in the relationship, or the spouse not wanting you to discipline the child?
Hold on, I'm sorry. I was reading. Town Season said, "I get it. I just know my boys were already let down by one parent. I don't want to add that mental trauma. I'm present at all costs.
Yeah.
If I have to cancel a date, then I cancel a date. No, that's fact.
Yeah.
Understand.
Um,
20J20
you
said
doing the right
God
thing.
first.
I look at it like this, okay? I feel like the communication have to happen before you even get involved.
Cannibal Street said, "Don't bring me around them if I can't discipline them."
But see but that's when the communication should have been that topic should have been talked about beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean before y'all even got serious
But it
because
normally doesn't though.
but it has to, and that's the problem. That is the problem because that could create a major problem in your relationship
Mhm.
moving forward. So why wouldn't you have that conversation?
Yeah. I think
And my thing is, what if and let's just make a scenario, okay? You got your own place. Your girl moves in with you with her kids, okay? But her kids are very, very disrespectful to you, but you can't discipline them.
You would have found that out before. You should have found that
Yeah,
out
ain't nobody
beforehand.
moving in with
Yeah,
you
ain't
like
no,
that.
and there's no way. Like you should have found that out beforehand.
Yeah.
Like
And
that's
I think you touched on it once before. I
Mhm.
think on one of the other episodes. It's just like you in some situations, like that the one that you're bringing up, Larry. Somebody moving, your girl moving with you. She got kids and they being disrespectful. Initially, that's on her to correct that situation. You know what I'm saying? And so you address her, she address the kids. You know what I'm saying? And then if it don't fix itself, then then y'all got another conversation that y'all gotta have.
Can somebody read the comment?
Yeah, 20J20 was agreeing with you, Jody. He was saying that essentially you have to have that conversation before you get involved. Talent Speaks to Me said, I welcome discipline as long as it's out of love. And then she also said, oh, yeah, if they move in, their names have added to the belt. It
like
got
it got
added
added
like
to the
the
lease.
lease. 20 said a lot of people want conditional parenting when it's good for them only.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, I want you. Can somebody read on TikTok what Campbell Street said?
I'm not on.
We ain't on. We got to
Oh.
pause on that.
Yeah.
Take a pause on
We're
that.
gonna get to that. We had to run. He don't want watching TikTok.
But see,
He
that's
said,
the
a grown
thing.
man can't disrespect me in my house, let alone a kid.
Say it one more time.
A grown man can't discipline. Say it again, Solo.
A grown man can't disrespect me in my house,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
let alone a kid.
Yeah.
But see,
facts,
but that's
yo.
that conversation. But see, what if, let's say this. What if she wants that discipline, but don't know how? Like a lot of times, I find out that, well, not saying I found out, but I'm thinking that a lot of women, really don't know how to discipline in a correct way.
Right.
Does that make sense? But then they don't want you to discipline them because they don't know how to discipline them.
Right.
But again, it goes back to that conversation should have been had way before.
I think sometimes it comes down to control too as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like a control thing.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to relinquish your your headship in the relationship. You're used to being something, so you're afraid that someone's going to hurt or put down or not discipline the way you do, and you could be disciplining them worse than what the person gonna do.
Yeah. Man, that's some kind of a slippery slope. Like I said, I mean, that can ruin a lot of relationships moving forward. So, I mean, I think that discipline part, that's tough right there. That's especially if the dad's still involved in their life. I can tell you that right now. If the dad's still involved in the life, that is a tough one, because now you got to have a conversation with the father. Right. I can tell you that right now. I hear what you're saying. Like, if they come into my house, but you still should have that conversation with the father if they are involved. If they're involved, because they got to come to your house to pick them up, or whatever arrangement you do have, they still got to come to the house and pick them up. But you have to be man enough and mature enough to understand, that's still their father, and they should have that relationship. And you be man enough to be able to talk to him about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that would be a tough situation.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. Like, you have to do it. You have to man up and be like, all right, I know you have this child. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any one of y'all. So in order for me to be the best parent or stepfather I can be to your child, I need to talk to you, and I need to talk to their father if they're still in the picture, if they're being a father.
Right.
My bad, fellas.
Because I can't, I'm not going to have you move in with me, and I just don't have no say-so in nothing. That can't, and now you don't have to even move in with me. We move together, and I have no say-so of nothing because if I'm going to be supporting this child, spending money, raising them, doing this, I should have some say-so in the way they're being raised.
Right. Those two.
20J20 said so many people that have been single for a while are married to their kids, and it's hard for them to change that order. And then Talent Speaks for Me said, absolutely. If I were a stepmother, I would want to have a relationship with the mother so she can understand I just want to be a bonus, not a replace. I know that's right. But to say what 20J20 said, that's what happens. A lot of times, I think, this is me, a lot of times when the women has been single for so long, they have become accustomed. And it's men too. I'm not going to just keep harping and saying women, because women are the most. In general, women are the ones that keeps the child.
Y'all got the kids.
Exactly, they're the ones that had the kids. So what tends to happen is they've been single for so long without a partner. They have become part of their kids' lives. So then when a partner does come, they don't know how to separate the two. So that can happen as well.
All right.
Actually, I've seen that a lot. And a lot of parents live vicariously through their kids.
Yeah, on TikTok, Cannibal Street said, don't bring me around them. If I can't discipline them. Mm-hmm. He also said, a grown man can't disrespect me in my house, let alone a kid.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
So let me jump back over to this one real quick to some of these other points. Because we hit a little
U-turn.
Yeah. Hey, my bad. We got all in there.
Nah, it's all good points though. So some of these other points here to how to show your partner appreciation. I think we're at the evening now. So speak such words as you're so beautiful when you're reading to the kids. You hit two topics. You're calling your spouse beautiful, which sees them as a person beyond a parent and is always appreciated. And you're complimenting them as a parent. You know what I'm saying?
Why do we keep saying parents?
It's significant.
I mean, y'all understand? Is it just me, or why do they keep talking about kids? Look, everything they're trying to get to us now. Damn them kids.
But this is about the relationship, though.
But it seems like everything that they're diving into is just about affirmations. You know what I'm saying? You're just giving your significant other affirmations
about but the thing was showing your significant other appreciation. All right, it didn't say nothing about keep showing appreciation about taking care of the kids. A lot of women don't just want to hear that.
I think they're just using that.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I know, man. Come on, man. As men, come on, y'all. We don't want to hear nobody say, "Hey, you know what, babe? Hey, you did them kids." We want to hear other things about us and our relationship if we trying to better our relationship.
So November Butterfly said, "Damn them kids."
Yeah, I agree. Why do we keep talking about the kids? We talk this whole segment. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you
I just live.
This whole segment said, okay, first it said, okay, how to show appreciation to your partner. Then they said text appreciation to your, I agree with Talent Speaks With Me. What ethnicity are they talking about? Because they said text me, first text them and say, oh, you did a great job with the kids. What?
Again, I think it's they just using it. They're probably coming at it from the standpoint of like a marriage, right? A marriage with kids. So they're using these as an example. Now, what I will say, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like what are we talking about?
But like
Why do
for
we
me,
keep saying
like
kids?
it don't have to. It don't have to all just be. It don't have to all just be just about you and her, or vice versa. Like for me, I appreciate when my wife tells me stuff like that. Like, oh, you're a great father and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
But not only. That's what
No,
I'm saying.
that's
exactly.
not what they're saying.
But see, only. You don't want them to only just talk
Correct.
about you and the kids.
Correct.
I love it when you read to the kids.
I'm serious, that's it. That's the only time you talk is when that's the only time you appreciate me when I'm dealing with the kids. No. I need you to appreciate me all the time.
Yeah.
Period.
So Tyler Speaks With Me said, what about when them kids go to sleep? How you plan on showing me this appreciation then?
Exactly.
He said, it's Mr. Nasty time.
Exactly. Like, I mean, how are you supposed to show appreciation? I mean, you can't keep. We just harped on this. We said the kids would the goal of the parent is to be able to have the kids grow up and to be independent, be able to take care of themselves. They're gonna be out the house. Therefore, when it comes to appreciation, I'm with Talent Speaks For Me. Damn them kids. It's about us.
Right.
Hey, so Cannibal Street said, I just tried it and it didn't work. Like, I said, hey, babe, you look good doing that laundry. Don Baby said, too bad my love language is acts of service.
I'm just saying, like, at the same time, like, you cannot. The appreciation should go both ways with you as a couple, woman, and not about, okay, babe, you cooked that dinner for the kids very well. What? Come on, man. No, I want you to talk about me.
Put your foot in them games. But I understand what you're saying. Like,
yeah, it's just
looking at some of the rest of the ones that's up here,
we're not gonna
they
go through
are
the rest
more
of them.
so geared towards, kids.
Yeah,
Having
the
kids,
kids,
and
like,
stuff
what-
like
They
that.
should have put that in the comments. How to
Yeah.
truly make your partner feel great about your kids.
yeah,
Right.
the first thing, yeah. It says something about what why are we talking about the kids? Like, I'm not trying to talk about no kids.
Martin love the kids.
What? Like, come on. Like,
All right. What's this next one? All right, this next one we're going to jump into. We're going to see how many. So, is it wrong to track your spouse's phone?
Ooh-wee.
hold up,
5
what?
reasons to. Is it wrong to track your spouse's phone?
Let me sit up on this.
5 reasons to consider. Let me see.
Let me sit up on this one. We got some comments. Hold up.
I'll go ahead.
Kaylin Norris says appreciation can't be one-way street either. It also can't only be about life, kids, chores, etc. Then Tyler Speaks for get off early, put on something comfortable, have dinner ready when he comes through the door, hand him his wine, and play Duck Duck Goose. 20J20 says imperative to set aside time to maintain or rekindle the romantic and passionate part of your relationship. Yes, imperative.
So before you go to Don Baby said, want to show me you love me, come switch this load out.
All right, get to the next step.
Yeah.
This one's a good one.
We talking about tracking that phone.
All right.
And singing in the background.
So this first one says, for many people, the answer can be yes. Many people feel that looking through phones or guilting a partner into location sharing is controlling, but there are plenty of legitimate reasons for couples to share such details.
Did we have this conversation about people having their passwords too?
Yeah, we did have this about passwords. My girl got my password. I don't mind.
And it says here are some probable pros.
I don't mind. I think it's. I mean, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm content with myself, sir.
right.
I change my passcode every 5 minutes. No,
There's here are some probable pros and cons of tracking your spouse's phone. Pros. It helps to see whether your partner got home safe or not. It puts your mind at ease about dangerous situations when traveling. A great timetable to see when your partner is going to be home for planning surprises. It shows your spouse you have nothing to hide, and it also helps you feel secure in your relationship. If they don't care, then there's nothing to hide. It also allows you to do something sweet for them. Leave a note on their phone or take a silly picture. Here are some cons. It could be used to control or trap your partner. It has potential for breeding mistrust or miscommunications. It ruins the element of surprise in a relationship. It possibly shows a lack of trust in your partner. It can contribute to obsessive or paranoid behavior, and it makes your partner feel micromanaged.
So what do you think, fellas?
All right, I got location sharing on my joint.
Well, see,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, okay, this is my take on it. Since I can say something.
In the mic though?
once you are married and you guys are solidify your relationship, far as living together or married, I think sharing location is proper.
Yeah.
What about you, B? You got location sharing on you?
Oh yeah. Life 360.
Yeah.
So what about you,
That's
Solo?
accurate too.
What about you, Solo?
Tells you the speed and everything.
So what about you, Solo?
Mr. Change his password every 5.
Well, she ain't getting my password.
Oh, God.
It's a tough one. Now, if I had somebody like talent speak for me, then yeah, she could have it. But for other folks, the password is is going to always be.
None of your dick. Nah.
Damn. He's stupid. All right, we got. Hold up. Wait a minute. J20 said, and she should have it.
Yeah, the password.
And Talent Speaks to Me said, yes. What do you think, fellas? And she said, I mean, you got to be married, asking for a friend. And they said, LOL, I'm weak. Yes, you have to be either living together or married.
So
to me,
so you think if you're just dating, you shouldn't have?
No, not just dating. No, not dating.
If you're just
living together.
I did it when I was dating. Something wrong with me? Nah.
No, if you're living together. If you living, okay, this is how I look at it. You don't live with somebody just to say we're just gonna just be boyfriend and girl and we're just gonna live. You live in a thought process of marriage.
Right.
So if you're gonna live together, then your mindset should be already marriage. It shouldn't be we're just dating still.
Yeah, but in dating and doing something like that, right? That also, and some of the points that it was bringing up here is that you in sharing that information will help your significant other who wants to know that information,
and that's true
to build.
But see, why would they want to know that information?
I mean, it could be a number of reasons, right? You get into a relationship with someone who has been done wrong in their past, right? And then they have issues with trust. So that's just one thing that you have to work through. And now your relationship is breaking down those walls of mistrust.
But what about your walls?
I mean, if you ain't got nothing to hide, then
no. Your
walls
towards them. Like, you can have, okay, let's say in general speaking, not saying you, in general speaking, so what if you have walls?
Before you go there, Yoli Dawson said that was definitely his idea. He downloaded the app.
So you get he's telling on you now.
Okay, hold on.
We got one more.
You was the one with the wall.
Before we go there,
he
let me get my rebuttal.
He tried to put it on you.
Your Honor, can I get my rebuttal?
Yeah, you can't get my second.
Caitlin
Oris is real quick. She said, to be honest, we have never talked about location sharing. However, we do text each other or call when we are on the way home or to text where we are going, etc. It's more detailed when we have the kid with us.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
So
back to
So you the one
Mrs.
that was
Dotson,
actually
1113. Whose idea was it to get my email password?
It's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out.
All right.
It's coming out.
shots
Next.
fired. You want my email password? Oh, but you wanted me to share my location.
Don Baby said, call him out.
Look, no. All right.
Somebody come look at this.
Tactical Firearms 504 said, if a person is constantly asks you to share location, it's not about your safety, it's lack of trust. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talent Speak for Me say, okay, so how you type all the grammatically correct because the way my hands are just hitting random buttons. But look, but at the same time, no, for real, like you have walls, but at the same time, what if both of you guys have walls?
Right, but they could be different though, right? Like so, like in that situation, she wanted my email password.
She said laughing my LMFAO. That's because you had a crazy baby mama.
Okay,
She had reasons. So there you go.
Yeah.
That was reasons.
but I wasn't the reason.
The
Yeah,
reasons.
but okay.
The reasons of that we.
But what I'm saying is, let's say you got
Situation.
in general, you got two people that both have like some walls. Like I have trust issues, you have trust issues. Then what are we doing here? Like
it gets deep, y'all.
yeah, yeah.
Miss Dodson said, "Who logged into my email one time when I didn't give you the password?"
Oh, she is going in.
First of all,
Don't get smacked when you get home tonight.
next,
We're just gonna go to the next one. So you had the walls, bros, huh?
no, she went to DC somewhere for something. You know what? I'm not even next.
You better stop. She said, "Laugh out loud." All jokes, y'all. All jokes.
Well,
Cannibal
you went
Street
to
said,
DC,
"Bro,
and
just-
I couldn't find you. I called you 5 times. You didn't answer your.
Look, mine came out of concern for safety.
20, look. All right, so Caitlin Noah said, he said, hold up. 20J20 said, when you have a spouse, you are no longer by yourself. You vow to be one, and that comes with no hiding things from your spouse. I agree. I mean, like I said, when you start living together, that's just what it is. You have decided to, you transitioning to that marriage stage. So
Don Baby said, "Jesus."
you becoming one, so that location got to be shared.
Look, you can't read no more.
But
of her
wait a minute.
comments,
But wait a minute. Okay, so when we talk about so let me ask you a question. Wait, I got my hand raised up. So when we talk about location, why are we on the same phone plan? Aren't we
It
on the
don't
same
matter
phone?
as long as you got that app, boy. You can track where.
Yeah, but
mean,
you
but that's
can
what
say
I'm
y'all can
saying.
have like you got iPhones, right? You ain't got to share your location with whoever. You can be on the same phone plan and still block your location.
Well, yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But they can call and get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to give nobody no ideas, but I'm just saying.
I'm
Yeah.
so damn sorry to hear that.
But no, I'm just saying. But no, I mean, no, I'm okay with, like I said, if you once you living together and you married, share. I mean, what do you mean? Why you can't share your location? Who
I agree
cares?
with that.
I mean, she gonna call and ask where you at anyway.
Simon
What you
Speaks
gonna
Me
lie?
says, what if you're trying to surprise your significant other and now your location is shared?
Right.
And you turn it
Yeah.
off, huh?
Yeah.
You gonna get a phone call. Girl, where you at?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a good surprise or a surprise I caught you cheating on me?
Surprise, surprise.
See,
Go ahead, a whole
I don't
cheaters
know.
cast.
I
Show up at your door.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if y'all are truly love each other and in love, I don't think that should be an issue. Sharing location should not be an issue at all.
I agree.
It shouldn't be an issue.
I agree.
Miss Lala said, "I'm lost on all that location sharing. What is that?" Go to Life 360.
To get around it, what you do is you have 2 phones, okay? And what you do is you keep the location on at the house.
Yeah, look,
You
Talent
take
Speaks
the
to me
other
said
phone
it's
My baby's always around me.
It's like nothing is left up to the imagination anymore. But you know what though, Talent Speaks to me, it's almost like people don't even trust anymore, marriage or no marriage. It just it's hard to trust, especially with social media and with everything going on these days. I feel like married people cheating more than regular single people, to be honest with
Right.
you. So it's like, I mean, hey, people just don't trust no
It's
more.
complicated.
Yeah, people just don't trust no more. That's just what it is. I mean,
Trust is what is it? What does it say? It's easily gain or hard to gain back. Easy to get, but I can't remember the daggone saying. Y'all know what
Talent Speaks to me said, if I'm out and about and you want to share and you want to know where I'm at I can share my location for an hour or something. I don't have to have it continuously. True.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. You can just share it for that time and then turn it off. But then that's suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Why your location off? You turned it off before, and then I don't know where you at. That's suspicious. I don't trust. My bury up. My wall is up now. You too suspicious. Isn't that how people act though? Isn't that how they act? That's how they would act, especially as a woman and a man. Woman be like, so hold up. So your location was on like 2 hours ago. Why is it off?
That's it. November Butterfly said, trust is easy to lose, but hard to get back. Yeah, that's what it is. Easy to lose.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Well,
You right over
there?
I'm good. Now I was trying to look at the other one, see if I want
trying
to go to that next one or not.
Miss Dawson got you shook over there this evening. He looking like he gonna get a butt whooping when he get over
Hey,
there.
hell yeah.
Look, she know what it is.
Oh, I know that's
Hey,
right.
Jody,
I'm a G.
Yeah.
can you just drive slow, please?
You ain't lying, man. Crazy, but it's all good. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, no
man.
doubt.
I appreciate y'all
No
for
doubt.
coming through, man. Remember, man, y'all go on TikTok, IG, YouTube, hit them subscribe, look at them ads. Don't just, skip, just view, look at the ads. You know, we're trying to build on this. And then, again, let us know what kind of stuff y'all want to talk about, man, because that's something we really, we trying to branch off a little bit and get into some real deep conversations. So if anybody want to come up, anybody got good topics to talk about, let us know.
Yeah,
Please.
don't be afraid to come up, man. Show your face. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be
Let's
scared.
have this dialogue.
Don't be scared.
Yeah, and we don't need no cheerleaders. Talent speaks for me.
Yeah.
So he did get quiet. Nah.
But I appreciate everybody,
Tyler
man.
Sweet said live aloud, she still go and get that shower ready when you get up.
Right after I check her email. Nah.
Oh, she said, Miss Dawson said, you can reprimand me when you get home, baby.
Hey. And on that note,
You better drive. Now, that's how you supposed to drive.
Yeah.
Hasta luego.
Yeah,
All right, yo.
appreciate everybody. I thank y'all. Peace.
appreciate it, yo.
Subscribe,
Yeah.
subscribe,
Like I always
subscribe.
say, tell a friend to come on in. We can be friends. Catch y'all next Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Same time, same back channel.
Watch all the ads.
All of them.